Should you be perfect, or should you aim for excellence? Stay tuned from my point of view. Hey everyone, it's the Productivity Doc coming at you with tips and tricks for healthcare professionals and others to help you work smarter, not harder, avoid burnout, and make more time for the more important things in life. So in this video, I wanted to talk about the different concepts of perfection versus excellence. So what's the difference between these two things? So personally, I would describe myself as a recovering perfectionist. For years, I would work super hard to do everything just right. I would read up for hours and hours on new things that I needed to do. I was often paralyzed in terms of starting new things because I was afraid of making a mistake that would make me look ridiculous. Instead of getting down to actually doing things, I would obsess forever about how to make it just right, just perfect. I was paralyzed by analysis paralysis. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess, if you do work in healthcare, that you probably suffer from a little bit of perfectionism yourself. Is this the case? So what does the productivity community have to say about this? There are two concepts. One is the concept of perfection, and the other is the concept of excellence. So perfection is the state of everything being just right, perfect, no mistakes, no flaws. But anyone who's been on this earth for more than a few years realizes that we live in an imperfect world. Nothing is ever perfect. Those who demand perfection from themselves are often anxious, depressed, and continually disappointed that they never reach that ideal. If they demand perfection in others, they're often very demanding, difficult to work with, and people walk on eggshells around them. Not a good situation to be in. People who demand perfection from themselves take forever to get started on projects and very often do not complete those projects because they're never perfect. I say be excellent instead. The state of excellence is starting low, going slow, working your way up. Realizing that when you start, you're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. Admit that your first attempts at things are going to be very awkward, cringeworthy, maybe even horrible. But that's okay. Don't worry, be crappy. You will learn as you go along. Just try to be a little bit better every day. Think about it this way. If you can be 1% better every week, within 2 years, you're going to be 100% better. That's a pretty good thing to aim for. In the future, I'm going to talk about the concept of Kaizen. So Kaizen is a Japanese concept, basically has the word Kai and Zen in it, and basically means to make better. And the idea with Kaizen is that instead of aiming for everything to be perfect right off the bat, you instead just slowly improve things little bit by bit as you go along until things look excellent to you. If you think about the car company Toyota went from being a nothing car company, I believe back in the 50s, to up until recently it was the biggest car company in the world before Tesla overtook it. And it didn't do this by any great leaps or bounds. It was just making things just a little bit better every day until you beat out all the competition. And I personally drive a Toyota. I have for years, and I love it. So what can you do with this information? Well, I say next week when you're working, don't aim for perfection. Admit that you can never be perfect. You are human, and this is okay. Even machines are not perfect. Have you ever had a computer that never crashed or never made a mistake? Of course not. We live in an imperfect world. But I say you should commit to excellence. Find one thing to improve every week. Doesn't have to be big. In fact, if it's small and you can build off of small successes, all the better. And what can we do to aim for excellence? Well, shameless plug here, but if you want some ideas of what you can improve in your practice week by week, why not watch my videos? And by the way, if you want an imperfect example of excellence or trying to be a little bit better every day, why not go back and watch my videos in order? Start with my first video. It's pretty brutal. I'm sitting in the front seat of a hot car. I've got my kid in the back seat. Halfway through, it gets a little too hot and I turn the air conditioning back on. And the sound is horrible, and but I decided to do it. if I hadn't done that, I probably wouldn't be talking to you right now. If I had aimed to be perfect with my YouTube videos, I would be doing hours and hours of research, looking for the best equipment, setting things up perfectly, and maybe in a year or two I would have made my first video. So if you found this helpful, smash that like button down below. Comment down below if there's any questions that you have or ideas for videos that you'd like me to make in the future. Or if you just don't like something in my video, let me know. If you have any colleagues that you think could benefit from these videos, let them know about my channel at Productivity Doc on YouTube. And if you want more tips and tricks for healthcare professionals, hit that subscribe button down below. Anyway, have a good one and have an excellent week. See you later.